Hello everyone, I am the HalfWit Brit and this is Banished. So in the last episode we covered off a few things. We got our school, we got a church, we got the ability to make clothes and tools in the same building. So we're just waiting for this building to, what the heck? I'm pretty sure I asked them to demolish that building at the end of the last episode. Maybe I didn't. We also have reeds over here which feed into the clothing. What is this building? And a chicken breeder which also kind of feeds into here. It gives us some food, gives us the feathers we need, and we also get eggs, so we're getting quite a bit of food, hence me turning off one of the beehives here. I was going to say apiary, but I'm guessing it's just a beekeeper, but it's a beehive. So just having a quick look where we're at the beginning of the episode, just so we can compare at the end. So obviously everyone is 100% clothed, 50% educated, and we're kind of halfway through the last heart and star here. We need alcohol. Oh, 53. It just jumped up. So we need to think about that. We are in year 4 and apparently we're in winter. Lovely Mediterranean climate. Maybe I should try something with snow next time. Just looking at the inventory, we need to do something with this fodder / thatch. I literally cannot say those two words in the same sentence. It just does not work because that's impacting my my reed production. There's another small issue I'm having. So you can see this builder is removing this building. I have marked these things here for removal, but nobody's doing anything. So if I pause the game while I click, so just a tailor idling, labourer, which should do this realistically, idling. I don't know what is going on here. Why are they not removing it? It's not anything specific. There's like stone. I mean, even if I go to collect wild foods, for example, let's just do that. Nothing. Nope, nobody wants to go and do that thing. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm not too sure what the issue is. But I'm going to remove this building here and I'm going to replace it with a granary, most likely, to separate the food. In fact, am I wrong or right in thinking this? So storage barns, are they goods such as food? Okay, so they store everything, but I'm pretty sure there is specialized barns. There is ones that will separate like food and things like that. So yeah, that's like grain things. So we're going to start to kind of upscale this area just a little bit because I want to remove the boat, basically, because I just don't want it here in the long run. And obviously, like we said in the last episode, I want to come over here and start building in this direction, which is going to prove a bit of a kind of a hindrance if they won't remove these goods. So hopefully once we get going, they kind of kick into action and start removing these things. Okay, so we have this lovely granary here. It does look like a storehouse, to be fair. It does come up as a granary, so this will only store food. So I just kind of want to separate things out a little bit here, and just sort of thinking we've got this road coming across here, so I'm going to put it, let me have a look here, we'll send it somewhere about there. I just want it set back a tiny bit. Now hopefully we have everything we need for that. We do. It's just stone and logs. I was just thinking there's different building materials that you get for some builders, isn't there? So that could have been a bit of a problem. Are these specialized? Okay. And the magazine, oh boy, do I remember this building. This one holds ridiculous amounts of stuff, of resources. It just says anything, so there is that. Now there is, just sort of looking through here, I can't remember which one it is. We got these like small covered areas. I kind of like these. I think they're kind of nice, and you've got different styles. As you can see, we can like sort of flick through. I feel like these ones kind of suit. And that one is for storing fuel. We got logs, iron. Okay, so a little bit like the stockpiles, I suppose you could say. I guess, are these exactly the same? A storage yard. So I'm assuming they're the same thing. Covered. So these ones are, I guess they're covered once they're built. So there's lots and lots of options here. How I can rejig this to make it look quite good. Now, just looking in here, most of this is food. We could do with another storage that's of a similar size that will store everything, because I don't think there's one necessarily that will store non-food items. Maybe there is. I'll have a quick look and see. Okay, I've selected 3 buildings altogether. We can see the granary here. There is also a pine material storage and also a storage barn. Now, if I've done this right, or if I've read the tooltips correctly, this one will be food. This one will store things like iron and tools and other bits, and this will store sort of everything else. Just so I can kind of move away from this. I don't mind having stockpiles, but I'll probably have stockpiles set to a specific sort of way. So where they just have firewood, for example. I think it just keeps it a little bit tidier. I can see people moving around here, so you're finding clothes. So you've gone to find clothes, that's wonderful. But you've not bothered clearing any of this stuff yet. And the interesting thing is at the moment, because we have iron on here, they've not done anything to clear the site, which is interesting. Well, as you can see, I've sped up the game here just to watch. Now, they're building this log cabin, and the only thing I can assume is there's nothing to clear in this site, so they've just gone ahead and done it. But no one, there's a little save coming through there, but no one has attempted to clear this site, and I've asked them to not remove any of this stuff over here, just in case something I was doing was kind of annoying them. And I realized something else we actually need was a smelter, because we don't have the ability to do that either. We have some logs, just check in, firewood, we're okay. So clothing we are starting to run a little bit short on, so I may switch from tools back to the survival coats. Hopefully we have what we need, which is feathers and reeds. Let's just have a quick check. We have 121 reeds and feathers 25. Not as many as I'd like, but it's fine. I'm hoping that these guys are going to come over here and start. That is really bizarre. I have no clue what was causing this issue. Now, out of blind curiosity, let me ask them to remove just this. Oh, that's not a food. Okay, whatever that is. Can you come and remove that and these things? Actually, no, I don't want them to. That's fodder, isn't it? So let me cancel that. Let's just see what they actually do. It's fodder for food. I can't remember. These are children, aren't they? Yeah, so then they're not going to actually do anything. Is a family in here? There is. Nice, okay. It says you're working. That I have no clue what caused this issue. It seems to be resolved now, which is super odd. Maybe it's because it's winter and they didn't want to do it, but I'm a little bit, unsure. Logs are low. What is that? It looks like some kind of glass bottle. Logs being low is not realistically a problem for us, not, at least not now we've sorted this issue. So I'm just going to go with the remove resources. So we'll do something like that. I'm well aware we will collect fodder in amongst all this as well. If it works, and I shall be happy. And the only reason is I think there's only one person in the forest. Yeah, we definitely need somebody else in there. We're getting a fair amount of food coming through from the gatherer though. That's doing quite a good job. Food is like we're oversupplied at the moment anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. The lack of feathers, mind you, is a little bit of a problem, but again, not the end of the world, so I think we'll be fine there. Now, hopefully, these people will come over here and start to deal with this stuff. If they don't, then we definitely have some kind of weird bug, but maybe it's just related to the clearing of items. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so it seems there is no issue. They're over here working now. So the only thing that I can think of, because we're in early summer, it was winter and they just didn't want to do it. That's as far as I can tell. Either that or they were just being cantankerous. You tell me. Right, so while they start to do this, I'm going to have a quick look through. So this is food processor. For some reason, I thought that was something to do with fuel. So we do have fuel production. We may not need this just yet, but if we come into the tools, what we need is... So they're going to make tools. Okay, so we need some kind of... I mean, I don't want anything ridiculous in size here. Again, something that will fit. That's quite nice. A humble iron kiln. Smelters will slowly melt iron ore into iron. Needs either firewood or charcoal to work. This suits. I'm quite happy with that. That does sort of work. The best place to put this would be... So we got a storehouse here. Currently tools are being made here, but probably won't stay there. Got a little bit of firewood over here. Let me just check their radius. Right. That forest and the buildings here probably need nudging that way a tiny bit. Otherwise, I'm going to be building buildings within their footprint, which is probably not a good idea. So let me think. If we got wood over here, firewood production makes sense to be over here, which also then realistically means making iron over here probably makes sense. Again, I could move some of these stockpiles if I so choose. We have a think about it. Yeah, we'll put that there. I will probably move the forester back a little bit because I want to remove all these resources and just have the trees and things over here, which hopefully should mean, wow, that's a lot of bear meat. Maybe we should get a butcher's. There is that too. More processing of food, the better. This is emptying out a tiny bit, but it's this fodder. I need to remember what we use that for. So rather than screaming into the heavens, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this fodder thatch, Jesus. I had a quick look on the Banished Discord. I say Banished, I don't. It's not an official one as far as I'm aware. I think it's ran primarily by Kraljug and a bunch of mods. Obviously, Kraljug is part of the Colonial Charter team and the person that put together the MegaMod9. Emphasis on put together. He didn't make all the mods, just put them all together. But then anyway, a quick search on there and also ask the question, what can I do with it? And then there's this woodcutter that can use fodder thatch. I'm just going to stop saying it because it's going to drive me nuts. But I can use this to actually make firewood. Now it does sit slightly in the water here, it looks like, so it's not something particularly that I sort of wanted, just because of the style of it. But for the moment, until I have a better method of dealing with this stuff, I mean, I could sell it, there is that as well. I may just use this building for now. It kind of goes against, let's say, my initial thoughts of how I want to design things, but it's fine, it will do the job. Let's just have a quick nosy up here. 35 cloves, 36 tools. We're a little bit low on wood. Is this iron? Yeah, we don't have it. They have cleared the trees from over here, which is really good. I'm just going to switch this to remove resources. And we're going to get a lot of thatch when I do this, but hey ho, it is what it is. Now, hopefully, all the spare labourers will go over there and actually do that this time and not just stand around looking at me with a blank expression on their face. Ooh, oh, here we go as well. So we have our storage barn, which has, well, it doesn't tell me how much storage, but it has that storage nonetheless. We also have our granary, or granary, I think. Is that how Americans pronounce it? I think it is, but granary is the word I'm going to choose. There we go. Honey is the first. Okay, you were carrying honey, but clearly you got pockets bigger than a black hole. My goodness. And yes, we got that. And I think they sort of work for this area. So I'm going to ask them to remove this 96% full building. This is going to be interesting. The reserve of tools is low. Panic. Now, hopefully, they deal with that. Now, I've just asked them to do all this too, so it'll be interesting to see how they prioritize. It is kind of funny to me that a game that I have hundreds of hours in, I've completely forgot how certain things work, but that makes the game almost new again. So there's something to be said for not playing a game for a few years and coming back to it. And sometimes you see things you've not seen before. Why are you carrying thatch? Are you picking up some fish as well? Why did you exchange? What on earth? What was that about? And then this other person must have picked up the fodder? No. I'm confuzzled. What happened? Oh, you magically teleported it as you walked off. Okay. That's fine. You're multitasking. I can live with that. See, we now have some stuff in there, and we have flax. Okay, so this is... It's almost triple the storage. I don't want to say it is because I don't know the specific numbers, but that is going to work a little bit better for us. And as you can see, our iron kiln is well on the way. I do want to move this, but it's fine for now. I'm thinking maybe just like a small industrial area here. We can have maybe some covered stockpiles. I don't mind the logs being outside as such, but we can have somewhere for the iron ore, firewood and things like that. I think it'll probably look quite nice, but I need to see what kind of... In fact, let's remove this one. I was on the right menu there, wasn't I? I certainly was. Let's remove this stockpile and see what kind of blacksmith we can get in here. I know we've got the one over here, but I kind of want one here too, because I'm being greedy. Do we still have the tailor? Yeah, we still have the tailor as well. So we've doubled up on a couple of buildings, which in the long run we will need to do, but for right now, it's not too bad. There's a lot of different bits over here. We do need to think about trade as well. This little mound here is kind of annoying. It's in such an awkward place. It's sort of ruining a sort of a perfect straight sort of run we've got here. I'm going to be slightly tempted to remove that, but I don't feel like I should because it wouldn't be realistic to, albeit It's no taller than a house, but I mean, maybe a slightly taller than a house. I mean, they could potentially dig through it. I guess it would take them some serious time to do that. There's just a lot of hauling going on right now. We're now getting what looks like the start of a tool apocalypse, but obviously we're not. It's just that all the clothes and things are stored in here. So it may be a smart move. Yes, the HalfWit is going to try and do something smart and just say, actually, probably not a good time to do that right now. Just focus all your love and attention on emptying this ship. So at least some of the goods get put into one of these buildings, and hopefully one of those buildings actually holds tools and I've not made an absolute blunder. It's quite possible. We do have this over here now, so that will take charcoal or firewood. There we are. I'm not going to ask anyone to work it because I just simply want everyone to currently haul. In fact, we don't need any builders either. Oh, sorry, I take that back. We were building a house. Whoops. And there we go. They've moved the rough tools across. There's nothing worse than seeing a sea of these little yellow circles with a pickaxe in. Oh, the nightmares. It does bring it back to me. I can see this one actually is sort of like a stockpile, so that's not too bad at all. I can live with that. And just let me just quickly check something here. I want to double. Oh, that's annoying. I thought we could go right through the building. The sort of people could probably walk right through the building, but you can't draw a road through it. I know some of the buildings allow you to do that, but clearly this isn't one of them. But they're making pretty fast work of doing this, which is pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. I have 8 students, which will soon become really valuable workers. The extra house here is also almost done. Perfect. Firewood wise, that's dropping a little bit. I could potentially have another person in here, but I think now that majority of the tools have been brought across, I am more than happy. Wolf, look at the smoke coming out of that. At least it doesn't have an area of effect, which would be quite negative. That is some serious smoke. My goodness. Not that it's actually doing anything, it's just making smoke for the sake of it. But that will give me the iron I need for this. And albeit I've not seen the previous video's comments yet because it's literally just gone live as I'm recording this, I'm pretty sure this pink thing is a happiness radius, or purple, whichever colour you wish to call it. I would call it puce, but it's people are going to correct me nonetheless. In fact, it's more of a fuchsia, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah. Either way, I'm pretty sure this colour, whatever it may be, in whatever word you choose to use, is a positive thing, which should increase happiness. And we'll check that again at the end, like I said earlier. So let these guys do their thing. Oh, we have a bit of a coldness issue here. Let's chuck another person in there. We're going to be using firewood, obviously, for this building as well. Is that because... Oh, there's that dreaded word that I'm not going to say. Yeah, it's probably because it's just... Oh, you know, it was here, wasn't it? So where's it all gone? Have they literally pinched it for this? It's just vanished into thin air. What on earth? Wait a minute. Where have they put all the firewood? That is peculiar. I have no... Maybe someone's got it in their pockets ready to take in here. But that's a little bit scary. But once this building is complete, we have plenty of fodder to deal with that. See, I can say fodder and I can say thatch, but yeah, not together, obviously. Getting tons of fish. It is all working rather well. I'm just a little bit confused about the firewood. It literally just vanished. So I guess as soon as this is done, we'll probably be okay. He says famous last words, and this building is just waiting to be demolished. Perfect. And this building is now complete. So here we go. Makes 5 to 8 firewood from 5 FT. We'll call it FT. Fodder. We'll put someone in there. We can have more than one person, but I think I'm more than happy with just the one for the time being. Yeah, it's got a little bit of firewood in there. Okay. With that should start to trickle up quite nicely, and it should also remove some of this, which will allow... Yeah, this stuff. I'm just got to be very careful because I don't want to end up with thousands of reeds either. That's the other issue we're potentially going to have, which at this point is not really a problem. We've got plenty of clothes and tools. Okay, with that all working, I may move that a little bit later. Let's sort of look this way, because Everything's built. Yes, that is cool. We will need some more houses. We do need a bigger church as well. That is something else to consider. But let's clear this area. Let's see how much of it they can do. Let's do something like that. Keep them busy. And our village forester. So I kind of like that building actually. I was thinking, do I build something a little bit bigger? But it was quite a nice building. I do quite like it. So let's think about this. We got a hunter over here. I think someone there would be quite nice because I can see that road is the edge, so we know that. So we can ask them to demolish that building. Cancel removal, wrong one. I was just thinking to myself, oh, maybe I'll just click the relocate button. Wrong game. Doesn't work that way. So this is gathering herbs. Okay, that's doing quite well for us. I mean, I may leave that one there temporarily. And a tiny gatherer. Well, that does need to be moved. Or some kind of gatherer. There's quite a few to choose from. Do we upgrade slightly? We have the option to do so. There's nothing wrong with the tiny one, to be fair. You know what? I'm going to stick with the original building. I quite like it. So we'll put that in there. I'll leave that one for the time being because they can only do so much at once. And we'll leave the apothecary. Yes. Yes, we shall leave that building. Speech is, yeah. Speech has always been a challenge. But it just feels like it's getting worse and worse these days. And gravel, we will do this. Here we are. Perfect. And they are off over there. You have... Oh, because you have no job because I removed your original job. So you're going to come out here and chop down trees. It's the same job realistically, isn't it? Not an issue for us at all. I feel like some of my resources are just disappearing into thin air. 48, that was 1,000 not so long ago. And it's certainly not in this building. And then I think, well, maybe I've got a crap ton of firewood. I have no firewood. What on earth is going on? I'm absolutely baffled. I feel like I've been plagued by kind of issues since I loaded up this save. They're still working on knocking that down. That is really, really weird. Did it make any? It's not even made any. Where on earth has all that gone? I only have so many fiddlehead. That's an interesting thing. I have no clue what that is either. But there's literally nowhere it can be. As far as I'm aware, I mean, I'm guessing the houses don't store it. But I can't imagine why they would. Is odd. I mean, potentially somebody's... Oh my god. Was that there the whole time and I've just completely missed it? I think we... Oh, there it is. I think we found it. It's just lingering outside. What on earth? Oh, wow. That is impressive. Yeah, words fail me with that. I have no clue what is going on. They've literally thrown it all out of the building. I guess it doesn't want to be stored in there, I suppose. Interesting. But then it's not being picked up for this building either. Honestly, this is just hilarious to me. This game is brilliant in so many ways. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, we're still struggling for firewood over there. People are going to freeze to death if someone doesn't pick this stuff up. What are you doing? You're visiting the herbalist, so you're sick. You are finding a tool, yeah. And we have currently, wait a minute, we have 5 laborers, so maybe I need some kind of different storage, possibly, just for fodder. And I'm guessing one doesn't exist. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a thatched building. Okay. This is a bizarre one, honestly. I don't feel like I've had this issue before. I mean, obviously, there's always a chance that things have been added since I last played the MegaMod, but yes. Construction, storage, what do we have? Minerals, fuel. Would it be classed as that? Firewood, charcoal, coke. Possibly. I don't think it would be, though. Stone storage. What about the end one? Industrial fuel. Let's see what happens. Let's see if they just keep dumping it outside. Maybe it's while I've given them all this to do. And it does appear they're doing it. Okay, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt for the moment and see just what happens. Well, it's safe to say I'm definitely baffled by this. I'm guessing it has nowhere to be stored. That's the only thing I can kind of conclude. But then it is in this building. And for some reason, somebody keeps dumping it out as if to say, wait a minute, this doesn't belong in here. It's odd. Where's the person that works in this building? Let's see if we can find them. Oh, you're just classed as a woodcutter. Well, I suppose that makes a little bit of sense, right? So you are now working, but I'm guessing by the time you go to collect your resource, it's going to disappear. Let me just speed it up and see what happens. Because there's currently 60. Okay, so the number's going up. Oh, nope, there you go. It got regurgitated back outside. Right, okay. So I definitely need to find a storage that can... Sorry, I have a really itchy eye. That's mid-conversation. I'm like, this can't wait. Yeah, I think I need a building that can take that. Now, obviously, a generic storage will do it, but that's also going to take food as well, which is a slight annoyance, but what can I do about it? I'm guessing there may be one specific that could take it, but there's just so many different options, and there's no way of narrowing it down, unfortunately. So, yes. Let's, I think we'll just put a generic storage in for now until I'll get to the bottom of this. Maybe one of you guys can actually help me with it, but... Well, I've just been sat here for the last 5 minutes watching them in vain fill this thing up, and for it to just spit them all back out again. It got to a couple of thousand, I think it was, but now it's just, yeah, it's all back on the path there. So we're just sort of waiting for this small storage barn to build up, and hopefully that fixes the issue. Famous last words, because at the moment this woodcutter that we have here can't use it while it's just sat on the floor, which is a tiny bit annoying, but they have cleared this area pretty well, which kind of opens it up for what we need to do, albeit I have been distracted highly this episode. But we now have our well, which is perfect. We needed the iron for that, didn't we? I'm going to switch this off. Yeah, I'm going to switch this off for the moment, because we don't actually need anyone in there. We have a ridiculous amount of logs, so that's perfect. And hopefully the builders get to that. In fact, I could put a couple more in, because... Oh, here we go. That forester's done. They're currently building the tiny gatherer over here, which means I can remove this one too. And that will also need rebuilding as well for the herbs. So yeah, we've got a few things going on here. Lots and lots of resources. This map is ridiculously rich with resources. Here we go. Are we building it? Yes. Almost the moment of truth. Will they try to put it in there? I'm hoping so. Here we go. Let me just put that back to 2 builders. We don't need any more than that. With any luck... Oh, there we go. There's 100 in there. So if we find the woodcutter here... is it this one I click on? There we go. I've got to get something to eat, obviously. Okay. We have spare people. Let's put another one in there. What are you doing? You are working. Here we go. So hopefully... can see you selected there. Are you picking up some... Fodder? You're picking it up and putting it back down again. Oh dear. Yes, we have a slight problem. So no quicker does the worker pick it up, it's being dropped back down again. Eek. There's not much I can do about it. I mean, I can mark this building to be destroyed. That would stop them temporarily. So maybe let's try that. And then hopefully they'd move it to the other one. There we go. Which also means I'm hoping the worker for that building, which is this lady here, I think. Yep, there we go. Then I can click reclaim. There's still a lot of fodder in here. This would be a slight issue for us. Oh, I see we have 2 domesticated animals. Now, if I remember correctly, under... Ooh, what will they be under? Pastures? It's like these little... tiny ones you can have, isn't there? I forget. Oh, I'm sure it's under this. Is it this animal sheds pens? Here we go. Oh, they require 4. I was getting all excited then because these things spit out a ridiculous amount of resources. This would give us milk. I guess we could get wool. We don't need eggs. So yeah, that could have been really, really useful. So hopefully we get a couple more of those. And I know you can trade for them, but yeah, I'm looking for the easy option. Oh, this is going to drive me bonkers. I mean, if it stays in there, if the person can get it, that's not an issue at all. So what are you doing? You're picking up resources from where? What is it you're picking up? Survival code. Okay, should you not be working in here? We also have some homeless people currently. I think they're having a rejig. Okay, have they produced any yet? They've got 90 in there. That is going to make quite a bit of firewood there. So that's going to pick up quite quickly. Why do we have a homeless issue? Is it one of those if I speed up it disappears? Apparently not. Okay. Pause the game a second. I guess I'm going to need some more houses. Now I could, because we are going to expand up here, I could just put a sneaky house or two sort of here maybe. Let me think. I think it could work. Maybe these ones. I kind of like them. Yeah, like that. Let's get those there. That should help. This is not working currently. That's fine. They are going to make ridiculous amounts of firewood, which is also fine. This is this is good. This is what we want. Okay. So let me think about this area. So I don't want a full-fledged, like, ridiculous city, but a nice enough sort of village, I guess. So what do we need? We need a market square. That would be quite useful. I thought there was a bit of a bump there. I don't think it is. So let's look at markets first. That's probably the first thing we need to put in, which will be under, assuming it's these market buildings. Now, I know there's lots of different types. We may just go with a standard type. Could go for something a little bit smaller, I suppose, and do it that way, but I'm more than happy, to be fair. Ooh, that's kind of a nice one, actually. I've not seen that one before. This one I am familiar with. This one, Village Market, even has the right name. I think we'll go with, I like the slightly lighter colour there. So we follow that road without doing that, basically. If we can keep going, and I want to get it just to the edge of the cliff. There. Perfect. I say perfect. I'm maybe slightly off there. I'm going to put a gravel road in for the moment. So that goes to there. And that go. Okay, so yeah, it's perfectly lined up. But I may replace these roads with the stone that is here, just so it sort of matches as you kind of transition. But if we get that in place, then we can start thinking about what we want around there as well. Some different types of housing. We may need to produce some different materials. That is something we need to think about as well. But at least we have that in place. We also need a bigger school, a bigger church. Yeah, we're definitely getting somewhere, which is what I kind of wanted in this episode. But the issue we had with Fodder kind of threw it off a little bit. It's interesting now. It is sat in that building. But I think it's only because they've not been back to get more. How much firewood have they made? 11. Okay, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm just sort of thinking what I want around this sort of market square. Usually I'd pretty it up and put somewhere to sit. And I might actually do that. It's going to be a village, like I say, so probably nothing bigger than the radius of this building, really. And then, like I say, over here, more of a city. We'll trade up the buildings to something a little bit bigger. And there is lots, and it might even be red ketchup stuff, if I remember rightly, that have, yeah, not those ones. Oh, actually, probably it's colonial charter. I really like, yes, these sort of style buildings. I think they just, I don't know. This is how houses look in the UK, at least the older style houses. So, you know, I really kind of gravitate to those. I mean, we could go with the Western houses over here. I have no clue which ones they come under. Oh, it could be these, to be fair. Let's have a quick look at angled houses. I'm not too sure. I don't know, but I have seen Western houses, so I'm pretty sure. Do you know what, actually, I'll leave this one up to you. What do you guys think? And if it is the Western houses, then which bloody menu are they in? Because there's just so many. I thought it was this one, to be fair. Or at least, is it kid? Yeah. I don't think it's red ketchup. I could be wrong. I mean, these look American. So potentially, I mean, these are quite nice as well. So for the main town, it could be a combination of those and the old, the brick style English houses. I don't know, maybe the Western ones would look quite cool in here. Yeah, I think possibly. Anyway, I'll leave that one for you guys. I want a little bit of your input. I've got some ideas, like I say, for decorating and for the layout, but I'd like your input on the housing style. Obviously, I'm guessing most people that are watching a Banished video at this point are people that have played it and probably played it to death, so know exactly which menu or which what do we call them, modder? Well, probably modder. I was gonna say developer, but which modders houses would probably suit. Anyway, on that note, I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you very much and take care.